Back when I was messing around with the Red 124 project and driving it around the backyard just to test everything, I accidentally blew up two mass relays. This one's been repaired already, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Um, if you've ever wondered how the relay can tell if the pumps are running, it's because of this current shunt here. It actually measures the voltage drop across that, and it will know if the pumps are running or not. If you can see in here, this is a 15 amp fusible link that I have installed in place of the track that evaporates in the case of a dead short on the fuel pump output. And this is what I'm going to be doing today to the second relay that I destroyed. A relay that has never been opened before will have this silicon-like sealant around the edge of the actual relay inside the housing. This is to create a waterproof seal so water can't migrate inside. It's just about the weakest silicon you'll ever come across. Removing it is extremely easy. It basically just falls to pieces as soon as you touch it, so it's really no issue at all to remove. Once you've got the sealant out of the way, you can simply insert carefully two flat blade screwdrivers at the top and bottom and gently pull the relay out of its housing. There's clips at the top and bottom that just need to be cleared, and then once you've got past that stage, you need to flex out the metal tabs on that stainless steel housing to allow it to come the whole way out. And that's what I'm doing right now. As predicted, it has failed in exactly the same manner. The track going up to the relay has evaporated. So I'm assuming this is some kind of safety feature because there doesn't appear to be any fuse on this circuit. So it's very important that this be done correctly if you want to avoid your car bursting into flames due to a dead short. Otherwise, there is no other protection, I'm pretty sure. Now, as it stands, that track is in a pretty inaccessible area, but fortunately, the fuel pump relay that is right next to it is not particularly hard to remove. The relay for the fuel pump has to come out. On the reverse side of the board, we can see the pins for the relay. So there's 4 actual pins for the relay itself, and there's 2 additional small pins for the coil of the relay, as you can see here. One thing to bear in mind is that the relay is obviously made of metal, and it will take a lot of heat away from your soldering iron when you're trying to melt this solder and remove it. What I like to do is re-wet these solder joints with fresh solder. It just makes it slightly easier. It's not exactly a walk in the park, but it can be done anyway. Now, unfortunately, the hole in the end of my desoldering tool is smaller than the size of the pins on the relay, so this wasn't overly effective, but it still did the job anyway. What I found worked in the end is just heating up each pin of the relay individually and pushing them down at the same time, and this actually got it out pretty easily. With the relay removed, we now have clear access to the track in question. Now, unfortunately, some of it is covered by the plastic housing, but that's not a problem. I just melt that away with my soldering iron to get a bit better access to it. This is the plastic that needs to be melted away. As you can see, the track disappears underneath it, so we need access to it. The fusible link I like to install in place of the original track just comes from one of these cheap blade fuses. This is a 15 amp version. I have measured the current draw on brand new pumps, and from memory it was well under 10 amps, so 15 amps should be more than enough for even crappy original pumps that are slightly worn out. This car is going to have new pumps when I'm finished with it anyway, so this isn't going to be an issue for me. Now that the track surfaces have been prepared, I'm ready to install my fusible link. This is a close-up of my repair, just showing that I haven't joined any tracks together and nothing is shorting out. so this is quite a successful repair. Now it's just time to reassemble the mass relay and get on to the testing stages. Now is just the time to clean up the circuit board. I used isopropyl alcohol. This is my toothbrush as of today. I've decided to finally get a new one. As you can see, I probably don't change it often enough. I also noticed that this isopropyl cleans off the sealant around the outer edge quite well as well. Basically didn't leave any traces at all. I just like to double check my work, checking for shorts and making sure the repair is successful before risking trying it out in my actual car. Once I have proven that the repair is successful, I will be reinstalling sealant around these edges to make it waterproof again, because you do not want moisture inside. Now it's time to test my repair, so I first remove the functional relay out of my good car and install my repaired relay that will eventually end up in my red project. This is the original mass relay for the grey car. As you can see, it's never been opened before. The sealant is all fully intact. And this is the repaired one from inside, just showing that no funny business is going on here. This is definitely the one that has been opened and repaired today. So let's test it. Among several other tasks the mass relay is responsible for, it also switches the air conditioning compressor on and off, and as you can see, it is working perfectly. So this is a successfully repaired mass relay that is fully functional.